and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. We're on the 19th of February and we're in between storms. So I thought I would take the opportunity to fit in a little garden tour. So before I start, I should say I hope that you've got through the storms we've had so far safely and you haven't had any damage, or not too much damage anyway. I know in other parts of the country it's been worse than we've had it here in the west of Scotland. So yeah, I just hope that you're all okay. What you doing? Well done, you. Oh, it says I found a puddle. I'll have a drink. Ollie? What you doing? Oliver cat. So the cats are obviously making the most of the weather, and I don't blame them. It's actually not too cold and there's hardly a breath of wind, which is just joyous after what we've had. Hey, you out enjoying it? Good boys. Okay, let me show you around. There's definitely signs of life here in the garden, so let me show you. So this is some of my own garlic. It's probably Checkmate, which I grew last year, and I saved some of the bulbs. So I've got 3, 6, 9 in this little area, and I've got another tub that's got some of the same. But as you can see, it's looking not bad at all. There's a little, didn't do that very well. A little weed, but yeah, it's liking the cold weather that we've had, and I hope it's not been too wet for it. I hope it doesn't rot off, but yeah, I'm very pleased with it. I've got various pots of tulips and daffodils around the garden, and this one is just a sort of mixed pot of daffodils, and you can see that they're starting to show some signs of flowering, but it'll be a wee while yet, but looking great. I mulched this bed a little while ago with some spent compost, and so it's looking a bit tidier, and we can see that there's some flowers coming up. I think they are going to be some little daffies, and also my poppies, these lovely scarlet poppies, are looking quite happy and ready to do their thing. Behind them there's some irises that I put in. Did I put them in this year? I think I put them in this year actually. So you can see that they're certainly coming through, and we'll see what we get. Oh, when I say this year, that's wrong. We're now in 2022. I put these in last autumn. So yeah, that's exactly what I did with these ones. So hopefully they will flower this spring. Not too much else happening here at the minute. There should be some alliums coming up at some point. Have we got any? That might be them over there. And then other than that, we have some sort of summer flowers. So we've got some astrantia, quite a lot of astrantia actually, that will come up here. A little bit of aquilegia will come up, some sedum and so on. Now at the back there, with my dilapidated cloche cover, we have my overwintering onions, and I put the cloche on just to see if it helps me get a decent crop, because I don't think they like all the wet we get here in the winter time in the west of Scotland. And oops, yeah, they're enjoying it. You see, there was, as I think you saw, there was a hole in the cloche, so it's not that I'm trying to keep them warm or anything. I'm just sort of trying to keep the worst of the rain off them, and maybe a bit of the windy weather as well. So we'll see how they go. And the reason I've got two upturned plant pots here is because in the windy weather this sort of blew sideways and it knocked over some of the onions that were there, and I sort of could have put a strap on, I guess, but I just never got around to it. So I just put these pots here, which stops it moving sideways in the wind. Haha, ahoy, we have some colour. These lovely, lovely hellebores. Heads down, heads bowed, but when you see them, they are gorgeous. These are a lemony colour. I've got some others I'll show you. But they love the weather, they love the winter. This is their time. Gorgeous flowers. Oh, here we go. We've got a little purple one, or pinky purple one at the back. And what I did earlier in the winter time is I took away most of the large leaves that get a bit sort of moth-eaten at this time of year, so that excuse me, so that the flowers can just do their thing without getting covered by these horrible leaves. And that's, you know, it's what you do with hellebores. They're quite happy for you to get their big bad leaves away. Oh, hello, got a friend. Hello, you. Hello, Oliver. Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh. Where are you going, young boy? Oh, there's a support. It's a plant support, young man. You don't need you're playing with it. Eh? It's just lovely being able to stand out in the garden without getting blown away or rained on, and just listening to the birds that are very thankful for this improvement in the weather as well, I bet. I'm just looking over at the beehive here. Not too much happening other than a few little... Oh, there's someone coming in to land. Excellent. Yeah, there's a few little dead bees on the landing board there, but that's just normal. Some of the bees take on the role of undertaker, and they actually take any dead bees out of the hive and plonk them outside so that they're not cluttering up the main colony. I think that's amazing. So they bring out the dead, get rid of them, so that it can be hopefully less likely to be you know, all sorts of nasty bugs and things that might come from decomposing bees. So yeah, one of the roles in a bee colony is undertaker. No, oh. No, come on, Ollie. Away from there. You are mad. You get stung. Come here. Come on. Oliver. Honestly. Well, we'll soon know about it. Don't aggravate the bees. Hopefully he'll come out in a second when I move. Now, I think the sun's in your eyes there, but if I go over here, down to the bottom corner of the garden. Oh, the sun is in your eyes. It's in mine anyway. Let's go over here. Dum-de-dum. There, we'll go this way. So, this is where we had the big sycamore that was had to be felled. And I planted a variety of tulips and daffodils here in between the tree stumps. I'm just being careful where I walk, and you can see that we're definitely getting things coming up. Fantastic. These sort of look like daffies first of all, and I would expect that the daffodils to come up first, and hopefully the tulips will follow, assuming the naughty squirrels haven't eaten them all. And there's my little primrose, still there, still trying to survive. It's doing okay. And there's another one here. I'll just watch where I'm standing. And then here, these are some daffodils that have been in a bit longer than the other ones. These have been in for a few years now, and they're coming up just fine, although a couple of them are flopping a bit. So yeah, it should be nice and colourful down here. And I think what I'll do is I'll put some pots on top of the tree trunks. Aha, you're out. Good boy. And maybe some hostas that I have in pots. Maybe the brunner is in pots and so on, just to add a bit of greenness down here. You can see the beehive from another angle. If I just walk round this way, the back of the beehive, and this is the back of the pond. The first thing we get flower-wise here are the marsh marigolds, which are those ones there, but they're yet to flower. They've got a little while yet. And then here we've got all this broom, which is a bit of a, to be fair, I think it's a wee bit of an untidy mess at the minute, but it's lovely when you get the lovely yellow flowers on it, and it also acts as a bit of a barrier to the beehive there, so that it disperses a bit of the wind that's going in that direction. If I just swing round here, again we've got some heucheras, this green one there, and then my red collection. Now, some of them do need potted because I've been jumping out the pots, like that one there. And here we have the other, there was 5 but it's down to 4 now. One of them got, I don't know what happened to one. But anyway, we've got 4, so this is more of my own garlic. Haven't put a lot in this year because of the potential move. Then we've got wild ginger, which just does its own thing there. And this is my peony. Look, I'm getting followed again. Are you following me still? Yeah, peony, which later on in the year will just give me some glorious blooms. That's Bowl of Beauty. Now here I'll do something with. At the moment there's a few little irises there. I did have some alliums there as well, but they didn't do much. Look at that pot, because it's been sitting in there with that heuchera. I'll need to take that out. I think there's some hostas in there still. I can't remember whether I took them out or not last year. If there's no hostas there, I'll just I'll do something with this just to make it nice for later in the year. Maybe add some flowers, some more flowers, or maybe put some pots of hosta in there. I want to be able to move things, so I don't want to put any of my precious plants in beds when I'm going to take them with me later. Total mess here that we really need to sort out. We've got the hydrangeas there that I'm going to prune really hard. So it might mean that we don't get much in the way of flowers this year, but if I can prune it right back, it'll make it look neat, and it'll make the plant a bit healthier next year. And I'm just seeing some of the things that have blown around in the wind down there. So I'll need to get that. And then this little pot I just put here out the way. And it has got some bulbs in it, as you can see, and I'm not quite sure what that is. It will become apparent later in the year, but this is stuffed full of bulbs. I'll move that somewhere so it can get some sunshine. The rhododendrons, not doing anything yet, but you can see we've got some lovely flower buds there. And then we've got this, which I don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. I will have to investigate. Now if we go around here, we can see some of the plants that have been hiding in this plastic grow house, just to get them out the worst of the weather. I've not closed it, and the winds tend to come from behind this way, so they get quite protected, but it's just to get them out too much of the rain. So there's some of my small hostas in here that are hibernating at the moment, and some other bits and pieces. In this particular grow house, I've got the peas and the sweet peas that I planted a while ago. I'll open that up and we can have a look and see if there's anything happening. Okay, I've opened up the grow house. You can see someone's joined me. Ollie, what's he like? So, the peas, which were, I think, Kelvin Wonder, they're starting to appear. I nearly lost the whole lot here because the grow house got blown about so much and started dismantling itself. So, for example, there you can see that one was emptied all over here. So I should have some peas coming. My sweet peas aren't doing anything, which is disappointing, but we'll give them a bit of time. I've just given them a little water there. I've had them with these propagator lids on to give them some added heat, if you like, inside the grow house and with those lids on. But so that was the 22nd of January, so it's not been a month yet, so I'm hoping that we still might get them. But I tend to usually have these in the potting shed or inside to germinate, and I didn't this year, through sort of, I would say laziness. It's not really. I just wanted to keep things out of the house, and the potting shed's a bit full at the moment with other things. So we'll see. We may or may not get these sweet peas coming. And if we don't, we'll cross that bridge. I'll think about maybe sowing some more, because I have some more. And I can always, if I want some sweet peas and I can't get my own to grow this year for any reason, I can always buy some small plants, because I do love sweet peas in the garden. But anyway, so yeah, we'll hopefully let them continue to try and germinate. It's a bit this is the problem I have because of the size of the pots. I'll need to do that with two hands in a second to get that to fit over. Here on the deck in my veg truck, I've actually moved a lot of herbs in here now, and this is going to be my little herb garden. So you can see that I've got some thyme. Chives are coming back there, which is nice. They're great. Some chamomile, and then we've got lemon balm, parsley, oregano. Actually, that's a hot and spicy oregano. Some French tarragon just coming back, and this is some Russian tarragon. Don't know the difference, but maybe I'll do a taste test. Can't remember what this is. Can anyone tell me? It was in my lemon bed, so it's bound to be something lemony. And then we have some lemon thyme. Oh, cats don't half get into weird spots. What are you doing down there? Can you see him? There's a little tiny cat in there. Ollie. He squeezed right down there. I was just too slow to get him on video. What are you doing? Come on. Looking for icicles, I think. While I'm round here, we've got 3 tubs of daffies of varying descriptions, and they're coming up. You can see here there's different varieties in this one, because the centre ones are up, whereas the ones around the edge are still coming up. And then here in my little covered plastic trug, which is great, I highly recommend it. Let's just undo that. I've still got this. I was going to move it. I've still got this parsley, which is quite happy. And then we've got this Speedy Mix salad leaves, which I put in the winter time. I sowed in the winter time, and they're looking grand. I haven't started eating it yet. And a couple of these lettuce that I had growing outside, transferred from the veg truck. I've just shown you that I put the herbs in, and I've popped them in here. And then I've got a couple of weeds, which I shall get rid of. Are you out again? Are you? You can just see my potatoes chitting in there, can't you, on the kitchen windowsill? Hello, you. So around the deck I have other pots of daffs and tulips. So here we can see some of the daffs coming up. Chicken wire and other methods of keeping the squirrels off. And then here we've got some tulips of various varieties. There's some tulips coming up there. These ones aren't quite up yet. Some of these got eaten by the squirrels, so I don't know how many tulips I'm going to get. Tulips I'm going to get in these pots. Not a lot showing at the moment, so that could mean that they got a lot of them. Grrr, before I put the wire on. That's called shutting the door after the horse has bolted. Yeah, I can't see any coming up there. That will be really annoying because they're expensive. And they were new bulbs this year. Anyway. This truck has nothing in it. I'm going to be emptying it and packing it away. I think that's about me. Have I got anything else to show you? Oh, strawberries. Oh, sorry about the sunshine. Well, I'm not sorry because it's great. Here's one of the strawberry beds looking quite nice. I appear to have a hyacinth. I think that looks like a hyacinth growing in there. I don't know where that came from. Some of the compost probably that I put in. And if I move around here, past that bed to here, we've got some more strawberries in this bed. Thought I'd show you little quailies while we're at the Quail Run. Having a little dust bath. They get the sun in the morning here and it's lovely and warm. Hello there, you. So I think that's all I've got to show you today. Not too much happening, but signs of life and plenty of things to come. So thanks for joining me for this little tour of the garden. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye bye for now.